All right, let's do this.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Ratchet Christian. As you can see, the video today is in my kitchen just because this is where the best lighting is. The lighting in my room is redonkulous. It's not good. So today we are going to have a lesson from the kitchen. So today we're talking about word curses. And basically, like, what is it that you're speaking over yourself? What are you speaking over your life? Proverbs 21:18, no, excuse me, Proverbs 18:21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat of its fruit." Like, basically, the words that you say really have a huge impact on your life. In the Bible, it was written that God said, "Let there be light." And then there was light. It didn't say that God got on his hands and knees and created light. He said, "Let there be light." And we're made in God's image. So the things that we say, we also create for ourselves. And I was thinking about this because I had seen one of my Facebook friends post a status like, "Oh my gosh, it's always something. When I put 1 foot forward, I get 1 foot back." I'm like, duh, it's always something because that's the type of stuff that you say. That's the type of stuff that you put into the atmosphere. You know, people who are saying like, "Oh, today's just not going to be a good day." I'm like, well, it's not going to be a good day because you said it's not going to be a good day. You know, people who go to job interviews and are like, "I feel like I'm not going to get the job." I'm like, well, you just said that out of your mouth. And so that's going to be your reality. And you're probably not going to get the job. So I'm just very mindful of what it is that I say to myself. I know an example of this where I used to struggle with, I used to always say, like, "Oh, I'm always late." And guess what? I was always late. But then I had to realize I'm like, I'm always late because I'm always speaking that over myself. So instead of me saying that now, I say, I'm working on my time management. I'm working on being more prompt, just finding a better way to say what it is that I'm trying to say, and so that it's productive and so that it comes back to me in a good and positive way. And so Proverbs 21:23 also says, "Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from trouble." Basically, whoever watches their mouth and the things that they say, they keep themselves from trouble, and that's very true. There's even situations where, like, you need to hold your tongue. If there's a fight, there's an argument going on, there's times, okay, it'll be best for me to just not get involved. And it's the same thing with other areas of your life. If you're having financial problems, you have to be mindful of how you're speaking on them, because how you're speaking on them may actually be making them either better or worse, you know? And so basically, Proverbs 18:20-21 says as well, "From the fruit of their mouth a person's stomach is filled. With the harvest of their lips they are satisfied. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Whoa, like, that's major. I'm going to read it again so that you realize how major that is. Proverbs 18:21. "From the fruit of their mouth a person's stomach is filled. With the harvest of their lips they are satisfied. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." That's not my words. These are God's words. Don't take my word for it. Take his word for it. Like, it's super, super important, the things that you're saying over yourself. Me, I don't have kids, but I know that when I do, I'm going to be mindful of the way that I talk to my kids. You have parents out there who tell their kids, "Oh, you're no good. You're just going to be just like your dad or your mom, or you're stupid. You're this and this and that." Like, you're speaking all that stuff over your kid. And so that's how they're going to be. Everybody knows that one family member who has that really bad child. And they're probably bad because people are always calling them bad. Like, "Oh, so and so kids. Oh, he's bad or she's bad. Oh, him, he's bad." And guess what? He's bad because people have spoken all those things over him. And so that's what's going to come to pass in his life until he grows up and realizes what it is that I'm saying, and, changes or has more positive things to say about himself as an adult, so that he can get out of that word bondage or word curse that you put them in. And so another great example of this as well is found in music. Like, a lot of people don't realize is, like, in music, whatever it is that you're singing along over yourself, you're speaking word curses over yourself. All y'all that be out there listen to all these sad love songs. These songs are like, "These guys ain't nothing, they always cheating." Or the songs are like, "Girls are always cheating, girls aren't nothing." Or even like the suicide song by Logic, that song has a heavy, heavy spirit of depression for me, and I can feel it. Like I like to think that I'm somebody who's very like spiritually discerning, and as soon as that song comes on, I immediately get sad. I'm like, what's up with this song? Like, this is such a super depressing song. Granted, it is about suicide, but in the song is saying, what is this, like, I want to die today, something like that. And imagine people are listening to that song over and over again and speaking those words over themselves, and they're probably going to find themselves in a worse state emotionally than they were before they even listened to the song. So you just have to be mindful of the music that you're listening to. What is it that you're singing along, that you're speaking over yourself? Because whatever, even if you're singing it to a melody, you're singing it to a tune, those words are still coming out of your mouth. You're still creating that reality for yourself. Y'all out there listening to SZA and My Man Is Your Man Is That Man. Listen, girl, I'm not sharing my man. I'm not speaking those words over myself. I'm not listening to it. I don't have time. I don't even know how the rest of the song goes, because I'm just not gonna speak those types of words into my life. There's people out there who believe all men cheat. And I'm like, I tell them, I'm like, well, if that's what you believe, you're right. If you say it out of your mouth, all men cheat, that has to be your reality. Those words have to come back and find you. You have to end up with the man that cheats, because that's your reality. Me, I don't believe that all men cheat. I don't. I just don't. And it's not going to be my reality. Those words have to come back to me, because I don't believe that. And even along the lines of, just making sure you're speaking life over yourself, as I'm driving to work, I speak life over myself. There's a verse in there in the Bible that says, speak those things that aren't as though they were. I'm kind of taking it out of context. Yeah, I kind of took it out of context, but even still, God spoke the things that weren't as though they were, and I'm made in my Father's image, and so I speak the things that aren't as though they are. So I'm driving to work. I'm not married. I don't have kids, but I'm speaking over myself. I'm a wonderful wife. I'm an amazing mother. I am popping. Girl, you have purpose. You are relevant. You are somebody. Even if I'm not feeling it, I know that those words somehow, some way are going to come back to me. I say, God, thank you for blessing me with a wonderful life. Thank you for blessing me with a good career. God, I am a New York Times bestselling author. I am a successful actress. God, I am a millionaire. God, I am everything that you have created me to be. I speak those words out there into the atmosphere, because I believe that they're going to come back and find me. And guess what? They will. Give it some time and they will. There's another verse in here I wanted to share with you guys what it says. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7, it says, do not be deceived. God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Basically letting you know, like, don't be fooled. God's not stupid. God's not blind. He sees everything that you do. Whatever it is that you're sowing, even if you're saying it, if you're doing it, whatever that you're putting out there into the atmosphere, that's exactly what you're going to get back. If you're putting out good, you're going to get good. If you're putting out bad, you're going to get bad. I remember, like, okay, well, this is probably like a good example of it, where it's like, let me think. What example was I trying to use? Oh, say for example, right? Okay, I'll just use my example. I kind of used to be a bit of a dog. Not like a dog, but I wasn't like the best person when it came to relationships. I wasn't the most loyal, the most faithful. I've cheated. Like, I just was a hot mess. But then, like, whenever I would find a guy who I really like, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm going to be really good to you. That would be the person who would, play me, or like make me look stupid, or hurt my feelings and break my heart. And I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I was so good to this guy. Like, why did he, do this and this and that to me? And through a series of events, God just showed me, like, dude, like, you're reaping what it is that you sow. Like, you put all that bad karma out there for yourself, and it had to come and find you one way or another, through one person or another, And so it's like, I just kind of had to learn that even if you do bad and it was like a long time ago, I don't care if you cheated on your boyfriend in second grade. You never know if that's going to wait until you get married and your husband's, that's going to be your karma, and it comes back and bites you. So just always make sure you're putting out good energy out there, putting out good vibes, because one way or another, those good vibes are going to come and meet you. So I know so many people who are afraid to love. Like, if you go on social media, you just see so many people who are afraid to love, so many people who, oh, this last person did this and that to me. I'm just like, bro, like, just keep doing good. Even if you do good to people and they don't do good back to you, that good is still out there in the universe. It has to come find you. This is biblical law. It has to come find you. Whatsoever you sow, that's what it is that you will reap. You know, so never get tired of doing good. Never get tired of saying good things about people, saying good things about yourself. Because what you're planting seeds, you're planting, you know, good vibes, good energy out there, and it's gonna come back and come back to you. And I hate to like make it all esoteric, like vibes and energy. I'm just making more concrete. God will bring these good things back to you. If you're planting good seeds, you're doing good deeds, you're being good to people, even if they're not being good to you. You're speaking positive things over yourself, even if you don't believe it. Because, you know, there's days I'm driving home from work, I've had a really bad day, and I'm just tired, I'm just in a bad mood. I'm just like, God, I work so much, and, you know, just like feeling kind of wanting to throw a pity party for myself. And the other day I wanted to be like, God, like I couldn't even bring myself to say it. Like in my mind, I wanted to say, God, I'm so sad. But I'm just like, oh no, I'm not proclaiming that over myself, but instead I spoke life over myself. I decided to say, God, thank you so much for blessing me with a good job. Thank you for giving me these hours to work. Thank you for the paycheck that's about to be in my bank, Father God. I know you're setting me up for a blessing. I know this is teaching me a lesson to be a good worker and to be faithful with my money. And God, I know that I will look back on these times and be grateful for I've learned how to be appreciative of having a work ethic. And it's like I just went off and just spoke so much life over myself. And by the time I got home, I was in such a good mood. I was pumped. I was ready to go back to work another 12-hour shift. Thank God I didn't have to. Sorry, guys. It is hot in this kitchen, and I'm actually need to leave. But anyways, I just wanted to leave you guys with that little gem. Just make sure you're speaking like good and positive things over your life, good and positive things of other people. If you don't want to see it in your life, don't say it out of your mouth. If you don't want to, you know, end up with bad relationships, end up with bad financial problems, miss out on opportunities, don't speak them over yourself. And be mindful of what it is that you're letting people speak over you. You're listening to music that's like, I'm going to shoot you in your face and stab you in your neck and I'm going to sleep with your girlfriend. Basically, just throw a beat on it, and that's what all this music sounds like nowadays. Just be mindful of the things that you're speaking over your life. If that's not what you want to see in your life, then make sure it doesn't come out of your mouth. So thank you guys for tuning in, and as promised, a shorter video this time. And yeah, so hopefully that this message bears fruit and that you learn something from it. If not, cool, whatever. But either way, get a Bible and read these words for yourself. Don't just take it from my mouth. Make sure that I'm telling you the truth. Get a Bible and read the scriptures. Read Proverbs 18:21. Read Galatians 6 and 7. No, chapter 6, verse 7. Read Proverbs 21:23 and Proverbs 18:20 to 21. Read them for yourself. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a blessed day.